What's up, guys? It's Drew. We're back with another NBA video, and it's late at night. I don't really have a lot to talk about any one team, so today I just want to get some takes off about some of the rookies in this class, because this has got to be the weirdest rookie class in recent memory. If you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe. We're trying to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. We're probably not going to get there, but every subscriber really counts. We just recently hit 130. I really appreciate that. And yeah, let's just get into this one. So, I think this rookie class has been really weird for a couple reasons. I think the first reason is that there's no obvious best player. That tends to happen in a lot of rookie classes. But the case in this one is there's been very few, even good, even effective players, to be quite honest. There's been a few standouts. Zach Edey has been really good. He's been a consistent, he's a 7'4", 5-year college center who has great post moves and is huge and has a ridiculous catch radius and is pulling up from 3-point range now, which is kind of scary, but he's been very effective for the Grizzlies as a pick and roll guy. I don't really need to say much about him. The Grizzlies' other rookie, Jalen Wells, has also been pretty good. Just a reliable 3-level scorer. I really liked him in the Summer League, and I'm really excited to see where his development goes, because I definitely think he could be the best player on their second unit, or one of the best players on their second unit going forward. There have been some other standouts. Keyshawn George, I'll get to in a minute. He's been pretty good. Bub Carrington's been pretty solid. Ron Holland has been good in limited minutes. And Dalton Knecht has probably been one of the more reliable rookies in the class, even though his field goal percentage isn't great. Dalton Knecht is just one of those guys he's got a very defined role in the NBA. He's going to be a fantastic 3-level scorer for his entire career. He can really shoot the hell out of the basketball. He's pretty athletic. He's pretty long. He's just a great scoring wing. The Tobias Harris comps are pretty obvious. He does a lot of similar things to Tobias Harris, and I think if the Lakers are getting that player going forward, he's going to be really good. Even though he's like a 25-year-old rookie, which is not great, but still, that's sort of the best this class is kind of offering right now. There have been some other standouts. Ryan Dunn has been really fantastic for the Suns. That was an unintentional rhyme. I do that from time to time. He has shot 37% from 3, despite not being a shooter at all in college, and he's played great wing defense, which is exactly the sort of player Phoenix needed. But other than those guys, man, I'm not really seeing a lot out of this rookie class. You look at the top picks. Zachary Risacher has been underwhelming. I just do not see the star potential with him at all. He looks so obviously like an elite role player. That looks like exactly the player he's going to be. I do not see this hyper versatile 3-and-D wing with all these extra Swiss Army knife tools. I could see that in the mold of a role player, but I'm not really sure what skill he's great at. He seems like an okay playmaker, I guess. He's not a very good ball handler. He's pretty effective in the open court, but that's true of a lot of these really young athletic wings in this class. That's not super remarkable. His 3-point shot, it sometimes goes in at a high rate and then sometimes doesn't go in at all. It's pretty inconsistent. And he definitely has NBA size. You can tell he's a legitimate 6'10", and he can move a smaller wing or a guard basically, which is encouraging, but I'm not really sure where the star potential with him is. Alex Sarr has also just been, he's just so fucking bad right now. He's been horrible. I haven't really seen much of him as an elite defender, which is supposed to be his big skill. He's been okay, I guess. He's been fine, unremarkable, I would say. I haven't really seen much of the Wizards, I'll be honest, and when I do watch them, I'm not really paying attention to their defense, but his offense has been dismal. He's shooting 34% from the field as a 7-footer. If you're that big, you can at least finish your layups around the rim. You get free dunks, you get free putbacks, you get free points and free efficiency just by being that tall. And yeah, he likes to shoot a lot of jump shots, but that's part of the problem. He's not very physical at all. He loves to take turnarounds, and yeah, his turnaround jump shot looks really pretty, but that's not an effective part of his game yet. That's not his game yet. He's got to start refining his big man skills, or he's going to have problems with the NBA's physicality at the next level. He already is. Reed Sheppard hasn't played. T-John Salon hasn't played. Rob Dillingham hasn't played. What is going on with all these rookies not playing? Modest Buzelis basically hasn't played. Cody Williams has played, but I have probably not watched a single minute of Jazz basketball. They don't play defense. They barely play offense, and Cody Williams' stats are awful. He's shooting 27% from the field. So yeah, like even like the players who are getting minutes, like Donovan Clingan doesn't really look like anything special to me so far. Like he looks kind of slow-footed. He looks sort of out of shape. He looks like a guy who's going to be a lot more mobile at this level. And maybe it's the fact that he's like playing in Portland and it doesn't really matter. And they've got this weird big man dilemma with like him and Robert Williams coming back and DeAndre Ayton at the 5. It's just a weird situation there, and Scoot Henderson has been super inconsistent for them, and Chauncey Billups is like probably maybe the worst coach in the NBA. So I'm not really sure what Donovan Clingan's going to be doing for them anytime soon. Ron Holland has been okay, but he doesn't really play that much, and a 15% three-point shooter is exactly not the type of player you want to put on this Pistons roster, so I really think he could do with some time in the G League. Stephon Castle has been all right. You can definitely see the vision with him. He loves to take contact going downhill. He's like the exact opposite of Alex Sarr in that regard. He'll come into two bodies and he'll finish through both of them, and he'll mean mug, he'll pound his chest, he will talk his shit. I really like Stephon Castle. He's just not a good three-point shooter yet. He's a horrible three-point shooter, and that's sort of a problem. But, you know, he's going to the Chris Paul Academy of Guard Skills. That's going to teach him a lot. He's in the Spurs Foundation. I could see that pick really panning out for them in the future. I'm not really sure if a Marcus Smart-esque game manager point guard is exactly the type of player you want to put next to Wemby, but I certainly think it's better than, like, a Rob Dillingham, the type of player who's, like, literally a trick shotter. And we'll get to some trick shotters in a minute. But, yeah, Stephon Castle, I like him. He just needs to play more. You scroll down past those names, and there are some mid-lottery picks who have played okay. Jared McCain recently had a really good game, but I've basically not watched him at all. But I actually do like his game. Bub Carrington has been solid for the Wizards. He's definitely one of the Rookie of the Year favorites right now. He's averaging like 5 assists a game, which is really nice, and he's actually been relatively efficient compared to the rest of this class. He's a big guard who doesn't make a ton of super dumb mistakes, I would say. He's like decently consistent, and his jump shot is not going in, but I definitely see the vision with him. Like every aspect of his game looks a decent bit more refined than some of the players drafted ahead of him, which is encouraging. A lot of the other players in this range, though, you know, Tristan Da Silva hasn't really played that much. Jacoby Walter hasn't played that much. Yves Missi has played a lot, but that's because the Pelicans don't have any basketball players on their roster, but he's been okay. He's been like a good run, jump, and dunk big for them. And then I would say one of the more interesting rookies in this class has probably actually been Keyshawn George for the Washington Wizards. He's probably been their, maybe not their best rookie, but their most exciting rookie for sure. This guy, when he catches the ball, he's shooting that bitch 10 times out of 10. This guy doesn't give a fuck. He'll catch the ball and he'll launch it from 35 feet and it just goes in. Like he just like miraculously is making shots, you know, like off one foot, falling away from the rim from like deep 3-point range. This guy is like hitting these shots and he's shooting 27% from 3. It's not as though on paper he looks like a great shooter, but his shot selection is crazy. Like his shot selection is hilarious, and like he doesn't give a shit. He has all the confidence in the world, which I guess that's gotta be encouraging. Like that can't be like a negative if you're playing in Washington. And I definitely think he's been probably the most exciting thing about their team. He's definitely been learning from the Jordan Poole Academy of dumb horse shittery on a basketball court. But yeah, Keyshawn George, definitely watch out for this guy because he might end up being a Rookie of the Year favorite with the way the rest of this class is looking. Other than him, I liked Pacom Dadier in the first game of the season, but he didn't really play after that. Dylan Jones is probably going to be getting some minutes for OKC now that like all their big men are hurt. But there's really just not a lot else in this class, man. There's some players in here who I'm encouraged by, who I won't really have much to talk about here. I think Tyler Kolek could be a really, really, really good backup point guard in the future. I think Bobby Klintman would be interesting when he's healthy. Oso Ighodaro could be getting some serious minutes with Phoenix since Yusuf Nurkic has been doing so much horse shit, just making dumb passes, trying to be Nikola Jokic when he's still Yusuf Nurkic. And I don't think this draft is necessarily, you know, condemned to fail, but I definitely think it's been really disappointing so far. Reed Shepherd was supposed to be far and away the Rookie of the Year favorite. That's who everyone had penciled in, and he's playing like 10 minutes a game, and he's really not done that much for this team. So I guess we'll have to see. If I had to pick a Rookie of the Year, I would probably just go with Zach Edey. I mean, he's going to be doing what he's doing right now for the rest of the season. It doesn't really look like there's going to be a player in this class who's going to rise up and have like a transcendent rookie season. It's going to sort of be like the year Malcolm Brogdon won, where you just got to sort of be the best rookie by committee. That's sort of been like not the trend the last few years. But I mean, it's kind of interesting. You know, next year we're going to be getting Cooper Flag, so we'll probably be going back to the norm. But this rookie class, very bizarre so far, and I really got to see more of these guys before I make any bold proclamations. But it's been underwhelming, to say the least. But yeah, that's going to do it for me. If you guys like this video, make sure to like and subscribe. We're trying to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Make sure to follow the Twitch in the description, all my other socials. I'm hopefully going to be posting some shorts here and there later on. I want to talk about Jarris Walker and some other random players, so maybe I'll make some shorts about that. So make sure you follow the Instagram, the TikTok, and you watch my YouTube shorts. But yeah, that's going to do it for me. Really appreciate it if you made it this far into the video, and cue that music.